Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 29. Hopefully, you guys had an amazing day, doing better than yesterday. That being said, today is my birthday. I am 19 this year, so happy birthday to me. But, anyways, that being said, I'm still far from where I want to be in life, but I do believe I am improving and growing each day. I do believe I am getting better. Right? And the part of the reason I say this is because for a long time I'm actually willing to learn now. I'm willing to find the solutions to my problem. I'm willing to understand myself more and understand why I choose to be the person I am now and why I choose to make the mistakes and actions in the past. Right? Because by not learning before, by not finding the answer to my mistakes, by pushing blame onto others and not owning up for my own failures, I had to pay a price later down in my life. That was much more of a price to pay. And the consequence of that was much more, right? And so, really, if I just learn my mistake, if I just learn my failure in the beginning, if I just passed that lesson in the start, then maybe I would have been better. Maybe I would have avoided many things in life. But at the end of the day, we cannot look back in the past and try alter it because we can't alter the past, guys. It'll only drive us crazy. Because when we look back in the past and we try to change one thing, we have to change the other. You can't just go back to a certain time in life and just change one aspect of it. If you want to change something, you have to change everything. But then again, everything has infinite outcomes. So you'll be dreaming by then. All right, but I guess what I want to say today, guys, is life will present you with the same lessons, the same exact lessons life wants you to learn, right? In order for the world to deem you suitable to, go on to the next level of life. And a lot of the times, guys, we don't realize this. We don't realize that the world is trying to teach us a lesson, and we are so blinded to learn from it. And it's much easier to push blame onto others. It's much easier to say, it's not my fault, it's their fault. Right? It's much easier to just be the failure in life, to not excel, to not find the solutions to your problem. I'm not saying it's fun being a failure. I'm not saying it's fun to lie in defeat. But it simply is much easier, guys. It's simply much easier because to fight back, that takes effort and energy. And that's something we don't believe we have. That's something we don't possess that we can overcome. But that isn't just so much further than the truth. No, we are competent to be better. We can be better. But at the end of the day, that's just a choice, and that's a choice only you can make. But all I want to say is that life will constantly present you with the same challenges. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe in 3 years' time, maybe in 3 months, but life will constantly present you with the same mistakes, whether relationship wise, financially, or your self courtesy levels. No matter what areas in life, life will constantly present you these same lessons, perhaps masked in different circumstances and situations. But in general, the lesson is the same. And it really depends on you and if you can see through the mask, the deception, to actually see the true lesson life wants you to learn. And only then, if you complete and pass that lesson, can you then go on to the next level of life? Can you then become someone better? But if you don't, overcome this challenge, if you don't find ways to bounce back from failure, then you'll keep on playing into this lesson until you learn. And here's the thing, guys. If you don't learn now, the price you have to pay in the future will be much, much more. And this is why I say I don't believe in people who stay in the middle of life. Like I said before, you either go forward or you either go backward, right? By staying in the middle, it's just not realistic to me, right? Because eventually, as you get older, eventually when life goes on, if you don't learn from this mistake, and eventually, even if you learn or not, life will humble you in such a way that you cannot overcome it anymore. Life will humble you until you learn this lesson. But when life actually awakes you from your delusion, that lesson in general will be a very high price for you to pay. The consequence will be so high that it has aggravated you out of your own dreamland. And this is when I mean you go backwards in life. Because this is when life loses faith in you. And a lot of the times, guys, you have to realize at that point that you fucked up in life. You really messed up in life. And from a very easy lesson to learn in the start is something you should have learned in the beginning. But a lot of people, including me, never choose to learn. Maybe we are, arrogant. Maybe we are egotistic. Maybe we are stubborn. Whatever your personality trait is, we just choose not to learn because we want to think we are perfect. We want to think we are perfect the way we are because that is what the world, labeled everyone as. It's all right. You are perfect the way you are, but that's a whole lot of bullshit, and we know that. We are not born perfect. We cannot make ourselves perfect. We can only improve. We can only level up our character. All right, and I guess I leave the choice with you guys. I leave this choice with you, and just really realize today. Look back at all the failures that has hit you. Look back at all the times when you're at your lowest, and figure out why you are the way you were then, and maybe try to think, what is life trying to teach you then? If you had a bad relationship, look back at that relationship. Don't analyze your partner first. Analyze yourself. Analyze what you could have done better. Even if on paper it seems like it is their fault, even if it is their fault, I still want you to look at yourself and ask yourself, how can I be better? How can you be better first and then judge other people? Right? Make yourself impeccable before even you dare to look at anyone else's mistakes. Because the problem always starts with ourselves, guys. All right? We cannot change others, but we can change ourselves. We can improve ourselves. And maybe if you do want to change others, then maybe start with yourself first. Change yourself so much that you don't even have to bother changing others because you will be a role model, you'll be an inspiration, you'll influence others by your hard work and dedication to improve yourself. That is probably the most effective way to change someone, guys. It's not to force them, it's not to concern them into change. It's to be someone they want to be and that they'll look up to you to change themselves. But this is my Friday. I gotta cook dinner now. I gotta spend some time with the family, so it's a pretty short one. But hopefully you guys learn something from this. And it's just really simple. The lesson is simple, guys. Look back and find what the life and world is trying to teach you. Find the lesson that you haven't yet learned and figure out how you can overcome this challenge ASAP. Because eventually life will hit you with the same challenge and you gotta be ready then. Because if you're not ready then, you'll be humble in a way that you wish not to be. But anyways, this is my Friday. I hope you guys are doing good. I'll see you guys Saturday. Bye bye.